Hello, hello. Today we're going to be going over some open world stuff. So the first thing to keep in mind when resource collecting, the best thing to do is actually get 5 serfs. So let's go ahead and get them in our little warband, leave the watchman. Alright, so the unit veterancy line that you want to go with serfs is actually bottom, but you don't need to level them up all the way. I mean, I'm level 1700, mine are still level 7 and 8. You just really need to get up to that last resource collection node and all these bonus units, and you should be good to go. Right? So that'll give you the most labor that you can, which I think is about 56. So when it comes to open world and doing Fief quests, that's step 1. You want to get your units so you can actually collect effectively. So let's go ahead and collect something. On the open world, it's really easy. You just got to make sure you have food. Actually, let's go to this one. Make sure you have food in your wagon so you can collect. And I'll be doing it in green territory or allied territory, so I'll automatically forage for food, so I don't have to worry about that. So we're just traveling along here on the open world. Rebels aren't really much of an issue. Every once in a while you get an aggressive one, and they'll show up with a little red icon above them, and they'll track you down. You can farm them for Fief and quests if you want. Oh, look in the background. There, we got a red rebel there. So he'll be aggressive. Whenever you walk near one of those, he'll run up to you and try to take you into a battle. Usually never anything to worry about there. Happens all the time during T-Wars and when you're resource collecting. But you can also just pay them off with 500 bronze and make them go away. Or you can run over them with your cav if you want. So, when it comes to Fief quests, let's get an overview here. You can only do 20 a week, so the best thing you can do is pick 3 good Fief quests and do them every day to try and get your 20 in. Now the math doesn't exactly work out, you'll get 21, but that's the best method I can use. There we go, finally got it. To get as much honor and prestige for your house that you want. So, when it's a fief that your house owns, right? Whenever you complete a quest, you'll also get the other rewards. So that'll give you bonus honor and bonus prestige. So if I did the quest here, I would get 600 honor and 20 for prestige. It also helps level up the city itself. So if you're trying to power level a city so you can make that artillery, make the unit kits that you want there, you definitely want to pump out some Fief quests on it. So this week I've been doing some cedar timber, I've been doing the 5-star food quest, and then I've also been doing the Genet one over here to turn in some green horses. Where is it? There it is. To get that honor in, because the green horses are really easy to collect. Sometimes you just have bad weeks and there aren't a lot of, great Fief quest options. But this week we've actually gotten really lucky. So we have 2 3-stars here and a 5-star. So pumping these out gives you 1,000 honor a day or more. I'm not doing that math. But it also gives you a lot of prestige, which really helps level your house. Prestige is used for stuff like building field camps in territory wars, building the outpost, and declaring on the cities for those wars to get ruling house. So let's go ahead and look at the mine here. So since it's in my territory, I get 2 daily yields on it, which means I can just gather normally, and I don't have to pay any tariffs or tax on it. You can also get exotics for crafting unit kits and artillery. And see, our labor there is 56 with max serfs. I think there is a labor doctrine too, but those are really hard to come by, so I don't have any on my serfs. Here, let's go to an unallied one. So since this one isn't in my territory, they put a tariff on it of 9,000 bronze. Now the tariff doesn't apply when you use your requisition tokens. That's just when you're doing your daily yield on the resource. So if you're walking along, you see a node that you want, but it's in an enemy territory or an unallied territory, and man, it's just an astronomical price to collect on it, go ahead and use those requisition tokens so you can avoid paying all that bronze. The cool thing is, I probably should have brought the resources with me, but I didn't. You don't actually have to go into the town to turn in the Fief quests. You can just walk up to it here with the stuff in your wagon. Go to Fief quests, and then it'll pop up at the top and say complete quest. It'll go ahead and skyrocket it up to the top when you have the resources that you need for the quest. Now when doing this, you got to be really careful too, so take a second and think so you don't waste your resources, because what will happen is, say there's 2 food quests, right? Say you brought 140,000 food for this quest. Well, both of them would go to the top because they're both food quests. So you got to be really careful before clicking on it and make sure you're clicking on the right one so you don't accidentally turn in the wrong quest and get the wrong reward. I'm rocking 5 surfs now. I would also always recommend that you move on a different line other than 1. Now this is to avoid getting fielded. Here, we're going to go ahead and switch lines here. So whenever you get out of town, it normally checks you out on line 1. So that's where most of the player base is. If you just want to be left alone, switch to a different line, whether it's 4 or 3. Any of these will do. And you shouldn't have to worry about getting fielded too much. If you're really scared about it, you can take a golden cab unit with you to protect you instead of 5 serfs. So you rock 4 serfs and a golden arrow horse, and that should help you deter anyone, or should help you win that fight if you happen to get fielded. Now, when you get tagged in the open world, the way it works on your wagon is if you lose the battle and you had anything in your wagon, half of this stuff would go to the victor. Half of these resources right here. You can also take some of their unit kits or unit mounts from any units that you killed in the battle. And this is a really important thing to keep in mind when using artillery in your wagon, because you definitely want to be bringing it for the territory wars. Make sure it's unbound artillery. So if you have unbound artillery in your wagon, they can't take it from you when you get fielded. But if it wasn't bound, or if it was unbound, I screwed that entire thing up. Let me start over. You always want to bring bound artillery to you. Bound artillery means they can't take it from you, and it will show up as not tradable in your supply dump. So let me go to artillery real quick. So this one's not tradable. If I put this in my war band and my wagon, they wouldn't be able to take it from me if they killed me in that fight, right? But all the way down here, this one, an optimal grape shot, since it's not bound to me, they could easily take it from me when they field me and kill me. So always make sure that it's unbound artillery that you're not carrying with you, right? Make sure there's that non-tradable on it. Alright, well, I kind of butchered the last part, but I think that'll be it for today. It should cover some of the basics and most of your concerns when traveling on the open world, how to do those Fief quests, what's the best way to travel, all that good jazz. And I'll see you guys next time.